Good morning, students. As we have started our chapter Separation of Substances, we have discussed various methods of that separation. Today we are going to discuss how will you separate the mixture of two miscible liquids. First of all, we should know the meaning of the term miscible. The term miscible is actually it is made up of means or it is known as that can be or the liquid that can dissolve into one another, means it is a mixture that we cannot easily separate or we cannot easily distinguish. Okay, and second term is the immiscible. Immiscible means the liquid that do not dissolve into one another. Suppose if we put the oil into water, then we can see the two layers in a glass, that one layer is of the water and other layer is of the oil, means that is the immiscible liquids. Oil is also a liquid and water is also a liquid, but if we mix together they do not mix with each other, so the mixture is having two layers, that is the immiscible. But in the miscible mean that can dissolve in one another. Like if we put the water in the milk or milk in the water, milk is also a liquid and water is also a liquid. Then if we mix together, then a mixture of water milk is obtained, then we cannot easily distinguish the two layers. That is about the miscible liquid. So now the question is, how will you separate the mixture of two miscible liquids? Means how will you separate the milk and water, the two miscible liquid, from each other? The most common method we use is the distillation method. First of all, we should know the term distillation. Before starting the term distillation, if we evaporate or if we boil this mixture, this miscible mixture, then with the evaporation process, means the vapors, as the temperature will increase, the vapors will form, and with the evaporation the liquid will lose, means the volume will be decreased. And so to overcome this problem, we will use the distillation method. So distillation is a method of separation that saves the liquid. Now, what do you mean by term distillation? The process in which evaporation and condensation go on side by side is distillation. Means the process that contain both the processes. As in the evaporation process, the vapors will form. If we do not condense, means collect them or cool them, then vapor will go on and the volume will be decreased. But if we cool them by the condensation process, then we collect the vapors and convert the vapor into the liquid, and then the volume will be maintained. So in the distillation process, evaporation and condensation process will go on properly or by side. So this is a very important process for the separation of the two miscible liquids. Now, what is the use of the distillation method? Distillation method is used mainly for the separation of the two miscible liquids having different boiling point. Example, most common example is the water and the alcohol. But in case of the milk and water, I told you is a miscible liquid, but both of having the same boiling point around the 100 degrees Celsius. But in case of water and alcohol, they are having the different boiling point. So distillation method is mainly used for those miscible liquid that are having the different boiling point. Second, it is remove the soluble and insoluble impurities from liquid and purify it. Means it is mainly used for the removal of the impurities that will be either soluble or insoluble in water or any of the liquid. Then we will remove these impurities and purify them. Example, the salt and water, as the salt is the soluble impurity in water and sand is the second example is the sand in water. Sand is the insoluble impurity in the water. Okay, you can also see in the figure the distillation method, that in a beaker we will heat that miscible liquid like the mixture of the water and alcohol. The vapor will generate, and then vapor will goes to the condenser. In the condenser, the temperature of the vapor will go to the decrease, means the gaseous state convert to the liquid state. As the gaseous state particles are having the very large distance, and the liquid state the particle will come closer due to the condensation, and in the distillate we will get the separation will achieve, and our main aim is to separate them the two miscible liquids. So what we have discussed today, I am concluding it. We have concluding uh, sorry we have discussed or we have read about the separation of the two miscible liquids by the distillation method. We have also studied about the difference between the miscible and the immiscible methods, because if we do not know the difference between the miscible and immiscible method, then how can we separate that by the distillation method? Okay, so what else we have also discussed about the distillation method uses in our daily life. Okay, it is a very useful process. Thank you. If you have any query, either call me or message me.